Okay, we're going to try and get through this without any pterodactyl screeches. I doubt that's going to happen. So, forewarning, there may be pterodactyl screeches throughout this video. So, headphone users, turn your volume down. Okay. Today we are going to make pumpkin cookies with cream cheese frosting. If you've watched my last two grocery hauls, you would know that I have been obsessed with Walmart's, I think they're called Decadent or something like that, cookies that are pumpkin and white chocolate chunk. Well, I decided I'm going to try and make some similar. I don't have any white chocolate, but I did have all of these ingredients for these cookies besides the cream cheese on hand, so I just went down to my Family Dollar and bought the cream cheese. But I had everything else on hand, including the pumpkin and all of that. So I decided we're going to try and make these. I've never made them before, so we're going to figure it out. Let me flip you around and I'll show you what we're going to need. Okay, we're going to need brown sugar, regular sugar, flour, baking powder, baking soda, pumpkin pie spice, 100% pure pumpkin, Himalayan, you can use regular salt, this is just the salt I use, and then you're going to need vanilla and butter for the cookies, but you're also going to need vanilla, butter, cream cheese, and powdered sugar for the frosting. Did I say eggs? I think I forgot to mention, you need an egg. Alright, I'm going to get y'all on the tripod and then we're going to get started. So first, in a bowl, we are going to mix 2.5 cups of flour, now most people level their flour, I don't. Nope, that was 1. Learn how to count. 2. And a half. Also, I mention this in almost every video where I bake. Your humidity level and your elevation and all of that will determine how much flour you need. So in the end, you may have to add a little more, not add all of it. It's a whole science experiment. We're going to add our baking powder. Which we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now this recipe, oh, and then we need I need to dry out my tablespoon here. We need a tablespoon, it says, of pumpkin pie spice. That's a lot of pumpkin pie spice. But that's what it says. Which, if I'm correct, I could be wrong, but if I'm correct, yeah, never mind. It's all on the back here. All pumpkin spice, pie spices is cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and allspice. And then we need, so it calls for half a teaspoon of salt, but if you know me, I like my cookies to be a little salty, so I'm gonna add, I don't know, what would you call that? A little over 3/4 of a teaspoon, but not a whole teaspoon. Don't worry, it's not gonna mess up your baking too bad. And we're just gonna give, Luca, no! We're just gonna give this a nice little whisk until it's all nice and well combined. Turn it on its side a little. Make sure you're getting all the edges here. Okay, we're just gonna set this aside. Wookie, no, buddy. And then we're gonna come over here. If you are new here, let me raise this up a little. If you are new here, this is my food processor that also kind of doubles as a stand mixer, sort of. And you can make cookie doughs, pie crusts, bread, things like that in here. So, in here we're gonna add a half a cup or 1 stick of butter. I should have already had it open. You can cut it up smaller if you want, but I'm just gonna put it in there like that. And then we need, what is it? What did I do with it? What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. We're gonna do half a cup of packed brown sugar. Pack it as tight as you can. And then we want 1 cup of regular sugar. No, sir. I said no. I don't need you to help me with that right now. I don't need that yet.
Oh no, which side go?
Okay, we're just gonna put our lid on here. Turn it on first. Why aren't you working? Well, hello. What? Okay, my husband fixed it. Don't know what is wrong with it. It's broken. So we're just gonna... Okay, now to this. This is supposed to be, where's my can opener? Okay, it calls for 1 1/4 cups of pumpkin. So hopefully this is enough. My husband. And there's only just about, y'all can't even see in there because it's dark. Not very much pumpkin left in there. Okay. It also calls for a teaspoon of vanilla. But we don't measure here vanilla, so we're just gonna go That seems about right. Okay. I'm gonna scrape this down so we can get it all mixified before we add the egg. Okay. Now we're gonna add in 1 egg. I usually have fresh eggs from my grandma, but her chickens are molting, so that's a no-go right now. Okay. I think we got everything now besides the dry. Okay. It says to fold in the dry ingredients. Pterodactyl. But hear me out. I'm just gonna do this on low because I'm too lazy to fold it. Yeah, see, that definitely needs more flour. I think we can work with that. Alright, let me clean this mess up a little bit and then I'll be back. Okay, I've got my oven preheated to 350.
I have those ones.
I've got my cookie sheet here. I've got my cookie sheet. I'm going to line it with parchment paper. That was a shitty job, but it'll work. And usually I would do this part with my hands, but because this is more of a stickier cookie dough. I'm just gonna give it a little mix real quick. I am going to use a spoon.
Okay.
I need a bigger spoon. I have a bigger spoon. I have this one. It's too big, really, but it'll work. I'm just going to. They don't have to be pretty, of course. In the post on Pinterest, they're pretty. And if I was gonna be giving these out to like non-family, I would make them pretty, but they don't have to be pretty. This one needs a little more. And these are probably bigger than they should be. It just means they'll cook a little longer. That's okay. Probably you should have spread them out a little more too.
I saw tigers, Mom. I tired.
You want to watch Treehouse Detectives?
Yeah.
Okay. So because I made these so big, only 6 is going to fit on here? No. So we're going to bake these 15 to 20 minutes. And then I'll do the next batch. And I'll pull you back when all of them are cooked to show you what they look like. If you can see over here, our cookies are done.
Cookies are good?
Don't touch.
You say cookies?
And I move them to our cooling rack.
What's a cooling rack? Or do you just call it?
That's what it's called.
I'm done. I have done my dinner's done. I have done my dinner's done. Yep.
No, because they won't be done.
It's still hot, Mom?
Okay, that's them after they come out of the oven. I'm going to get the other ones baked, and then when it's time to make the frosting, we'll come back. Okay, so now we're going to do the icing, frosting, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to take our brick of cream cheese. What? That was Delson. And we're going to take two or 3 tablespoons of butter. Doesn't really matter too much. Have to scooch over this way. Scooch over this way. Okay. And first, we need to make sure this is off so we don't rip our fingers off. Delson, please be quiet. And we're just gonna beat these two together. I should have mentioned this in the beginning. You do want your cream cheese to be soft and your butter to be softened. I took my cream cheese out about 3 hours ago and stuck it outside on my little banister because it's warm out there today. And we actually need to sift this. So, get our sifter here. You want to sift your powdered sugar so there's not a bunch of clumps. And we're just going to do this until we get the desired, we're just going to add powdered sugar until we get the sweetness and thickness that I want to have. Give it a little taste. We're gonna call that good. Now, if you're not like a cake decorator type person and you don't have piping tips and piping bags, you can use a Ziploc bag and just cut the tip off. Or you could just use a knife and spread it on there, but I'm gonna be a little bougie today. And we're gonna use maybe this one? Yeah, why not? We'll use that one. So I'm just stick this in like so. Put this one like this. Twist it on. And I'm just gonna take a cup. We're going to do this one right here. And we're just going to put the frosting in here. Here are the cookies. Always sneeze away from the food. Now, my cookies, just a fair warning, did turn out a little cakey because I had to add the extra flour, but that is okay. It'll be okay. This one kind of looks like a heart. And I'm just going to Like the frosting in the circle, like so. There we go. I will come back when I'm ready to taste one of these. Alright, we'll see you then. Okay, so it is now 5:36 the next morning. And I did eat a cookie, I just didn't film it. So since I had to add more flour, I don't know if y'all could tell in the video, but before I added more flour, the dough was like the consistency of like a cake batter, which if you bake, you know that if you have a thin batter, it's not going to be cookies, it's going to be cake. It would just fill up the whole pan. But even though they were kind of cakey, it was like eating a deconstructed pumpkin roll, you know, and it was delicious. I ain't complaining. They're delicious. So let me know if you try this, what you think. This pimple is finally starting to go away. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you think if you try these. They were so yummy. I might have one for breakfast. I better do that before my kids wake up, because if they see Mom eating a cookie for breakfast, they're going to think they can have cookies for breakfast. And I ain't raising no kids to eat cookies for breakfast. Just kidding. Every once in a while, it's fine. Not today, though. I don't need crazy kids today. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you. I'm praying for you, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.